Yes, I think it's a lousy look. We just finished an NFL season where Jordy Nelson played with broken ribs and Alec Mack played with a broken leg. Guys got the sniffles tonight. They're tired. Okay, I have defended LeBron. Who has carried this league for a decade. I've said if he wants 3 days off, I'm good. Now we are getting to a point in the NBA where multiple stars are sitting the same night. Last night, D. Wade, Jimmy Butler out. You ain't watching the Bulls for the fourth option. Okay, this is an issue. These are the most expensive tickets in professional sports in America. People go to one game a year. I did as a kid, one Sonic game. That's what we could afford. When you have multiple stars sitting out, that is, when you compare it to the NFL, where players play in lousy weather, they can be cut, they play hurt. There are similarities between working Americans and NFL players. You'll be fired tomorrow. I think it's a terrible look for the NBA.
Man, you've made a great point when you similarities between working America and NFL players. And when I look at the NBA, it's a league of elites right now. It's a league of elites that are pretending, posturing that they're with the people, but they carry themselves like elites. I'll show up and play when I want to play. Johnny, you may show up in Oklahoma City. I may or may not be there, and you'll be good with it. I will tinkle on you and tell you it's raining, and you'll pretend like it's rain. The NBA has a problem. And if not for the NBA being the darling of left-wing sports media, this would be getting addressed and corrected. Either shrink the schedule or make them play. You can't keep doing this to the fans.
I'm going to throw this at you. Yesterday, Charles Oakley did a bad thing, right? But he is beloved in New York.
Yep.
More than Allen Houston.
Yep.
Now think about this. Because Charles Oakley's a working-class player.
Agreed.
Allen Houston, he's upstairs. I mean, Allen Houston is executive. So what are the New Yorkers like? This is a big coastal elite city. They like working-class guys. In Detroit, they love their Dumars and their Lambier. Okay, they loved Rambus in L.A.
Yeah.
We can talk about the stars,
Well,
but
not
this is
as much as Magic and Kareem and Worth. He was like,
but what about
way
this whole
down
thing?
on the
The
totem pole.
relatability factor.
Look, I don't like them sitting out.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other ways to get rest, all right? Don't practice. Don't go to shoot around.
Don't party.
Don't play as much. I don't even know if it's
party.
Don't play as much. You know, play 34 minutes instead of 37 if that's an issue. All right, sit out a home game if you must, where they get to see you 41 times a year. This is terrible in that regard. I don't think the difference with football is that there's only 16 games and they don't have the guaranteed contracts. So a guy can get cut, you know, and whereas the NBA, it's guaranteed and you can sit out.
That falls to the average fan as I can relate. When you have again, I'll give LeBron the pass. I'm okay. Shaq missed time. But multiple stars in big TV
Kyrie's
games
24,
on the road.
25 years old.
24. And the benefit of having a big three is you could sit one guy and still have two stars play. If Kyrie and Love were playing tonight, it still would be an exciting game to watch. Now it's going to be terrible if
You're okay with this?
Yes, I'm okay with it.
Why?
I'm listening. I'll tell you why, because that's just the part. You pay your tickets and they may not be there. No, I'm not an elite. I'm that football player that you said is that working American. I did it. I played the game. I used to be.
Now you're an elite.
No.
I'm not. Beverly Hills.
This is the thing. This is why you put my business out there, man. This is one of the things that I have a problem with from you three.
Yep.
You don't have a problem back when Peyton Manning and his Indianapolis Colts had already secured home field advantage, right? And Edgerrin James and Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning wouldn't play one of those games. Hold on. Everybody would say, rest those guys. You need to sit them down. No one cared about working.
At the end of the season.
But you think about the percentage of how many games you have in basketball compared to the percentage of games in football. That's a major percentage.
Risk is much more significant.
Wait, nobody's upset when LeBron took the last week of the year off for the playoffs. This is a regular season game where they've got 9 days off of the next 7.
But it doesn't matter if that coaching staff decides to rest them in this game. If they are in position to do so, shame on your team for not being in position to rest someone. I get what
you're from Alabama. Suppose you took your child to the Atlanta Hawks game. Only chance to see LeBron. But if you had only chance to see LeBron, you done spent your money, you've driven to Atlanta, whatever.
I got it.
All
and he doesn't. they don't show up. That crushes people, man.
I get what you're saying, but you already know, just like we're talking about this right now, I wouldn't be driving because I know they're not playing.
No, but you don't know. Let's say you bought the ticket at the beginning of the season.
And that's a part of what happens. It's no different than I have to pay for my season tickets or I get my tickets to watch football players play. And this past season, everyone was saying, and Dak Prescott had become a star on that team that people wanted to see play. But everyone was saying, put Tony Romo in and let him play.
The game at the end of the year.
But what I'm saying is that there were so many people saying, why would you let him play? You don't want to risk his injury. It happens in every sport.
I have no problem with all these stars sitting out the last week for the playoffs. That doesn't bother me at all. I get that. As a fan, I get that. There's a payoff. I want my guys healthy. I don't want them twisting an ankle. But, man, we're seeing now, this is first half of the season.
No, I get it.
But Kyrie's 24 years old.
But if the coach tells these guys, if the organization says don't play,
it ain't the coach.
Everyone always says that these players are running it like that.
I think they are.
No, I don't think so.
Whoever made the decision, why sit all three? That makes no sense.
Listen,
why sit anyone?
If the players are acting like the regular season doesn't matter, I wouldn't blame the fans for that.
Here's what we know.
Tuning out, then let's see what happens.
Here's what we know. Adam Silver, not happy with it.